And we're back.
But it's very important that you stir as you put in the water. So I'm going to get a cup that I can use to pour water in, or to dip the water as I pour it in, and I don't get burnt. See, it's very important to make sure you stir, because one of the things you don't want to have, the cornmeal is the most important part of it. You want to make sure that nothing is getting that you don't get lumps in it. So pouring the water in, and as you pour the water in, making sure that you keep stirring to avoid any lumps, and it is very important. So usually when we're at home, we may get like 2 or 3 people to actually help with, well, 2 people, somebody pours the water while the other person is stirring it. But this is the most important part, because if this doesn't come out soft enough, then the whole, it just doesn't come out right. So it's very important that you pour, you pour bit by bit, you stir in, you can't get impatient with it. Keep pouring and stirring, so you have a good, you need it smooth, a good consistency, and you keep turning, you keep going with it. I'm hearing some snickers. You know what the snickering is about? So as you can see, it's coming in, and you would see, oh, this is, where's Granny? Where's Granny? This is it right here. It's coming in. I need to add some more water. So all of this here that I learned is from my grandmother, Joan Bernard. She was a caterer, so she taught us just about everything we know about cooking. So like even how I did the turkey, how I did the stuffing for the turkey, all of that was done basically how Granny did it. We saw her do it like many Christmases over and over. Well, Christmas is not a word, but many Christmas seasons over and over. And of course, because I cook how Granny cooked, I tend not to use a recipe, which sometimes is okay, sometimes it's not as okay. But one thing we learned from Granny is that you just need to, you don't really cook with a recipe, you just have a sense of how things get cooked. So like even right now, this is actually pretty good. I don't really need to add any more water to it. And what I will do, I won't add any more water to this. I'll leave this as is, because the consistency is actually pretty okay. So now I'll just add maybe a little more water. And this consistency here is actually okay for now. And yeah, this is good. And what we do is it's very important that you always keep this mixture warm. So one of the things that we've learned to do is you take a wet kitchen towel, a clean wet kitchen towel. There we go. So you take a clean kitchen towel, you wet it. You just basically set it over it, and that more or less keeps the heat in, and we'll start making it shortly. So now what I need to do is that. So I'm going to keep, at some point then, because of how much you have, it is definitely going to the dough is going to get too hard at some point, so you just keep some water, sort of like always boiling, so that way you can always pour in some water, stir it up very quickly. I have all the banana leaves. But since I'm not using like the whole banana leaves and then I tie them with a string, what I'm going to use is foil. So basically, and all of this is prepping that you would do if you had a helper. So you basically just more or less, you just keep ripping, you just rip off like a number of pieces of foil. And basically what's going to happen is the fig leaves will sit on the foil. I'm just going to keep ripping. I don't know how much that is going to make. That is one of the things I'm not cooking with recipes. You don't know what your serving sizes are. But so I'm just going to rip whatever foil it has left in this box. And then that's fine because this foil can be used for other things too. So hopefully, if this comes out well, I can retire from my job and go into catering, selling pastels. Alright, so that's the last one. So I'll just go with this one for now. And what I'll do is, I'll just do one. I'll just make one, and I'll just make one, and then we'll stop here.
What are you doing next?
Basically I'm just washing off the banana leaves. Although they were clean, frozen and stuff like that, I just like to wash them off just to be clear of what we're doing and stuff. Just to be, might just be habit actually. Nothing else really. So basically the way, and I'll leave these here. So I'll use this one to make it on. Scissors. I'll use this one to make it on. So you have the foil. I need some oil in a bowl. I need some oil in a bowl. So that there, well, you'll see where the oil comes in a second. I have that there. All of this is prep work. And this is my spoon for my that. So the way you basically set it up, you have your fig leaf. And you only need like the fig leaf to cover some part of it. So I'm going to just leave that there. And I need one. You need a piece that you use to smooth everything out. So maybe. Now this here, like a piece like this, is actually pretty good to put the parcel on, because then the parcel will actually take up the whole surface of that. But this is good, it's just for flavor actually. So just part of it touching it is actually going to work out pretty well. And for the longer ones, what I'll do is for the ones that are really long, I'll just cut it in half and maybe have like two of them, like cut it in half and have one on top, one on the bottom. And that should actually work out to be just fine. What I need is, I need one that I'll use to smooth it out. I have to make sure that there's no water on it, because the water is messed up. And if you look, there's a coarse side and then there's a smooth side. There's a smooth side and then there's a side that has the external part of the ridges. So what I am, well actually I could use this one here. Let's switch it around. I'll use this one here. And basically what you need is, you put some oil, you put some oil in it, and this is what makes this is what will make the dough not stick to the not stick to it. And as you take it out, it's very important that you cover it back. So you take it out, and as you can see, it's hot.
Is there any kind of special oil that you're using?
Yes, it's oil. And then you put some more oil on top of it. There's no special oil, just regular oil. You put some oil on top of it.
What kind of oil? I'm sorry.
This is actually the yellow bottle oil. Olive oil. No, it's not olive oil. This is...
Olive oil.
Oh, this is olive oil? Yeah. Ooh, this is olive oil. This is good oil. Alright, so then basically what you do is, as you can see, you take this and you're using it to spread it out. And when you use the oil is supposed to allow you to spread it out well. And this, the blue thing under here is spinning. Oh, I don't like that. I need to get something else. After this piece, I'll use something else to spread it out. Alright, so you have that. So you see how you have it spread out, and then basically you take some of your meat, you put your meat in the middle. Oh, just one second. Let me just finish with this one and then I'll swap it out. You put some meat in the middle, and then this here is the part where if it goes well, you'll actually see it happen. This is the tricky part. What is supposed to happen is,
Maybe you need a thicker layer of corn.
Corn might be a little soft. And then just there you go. Good. And then you just basically fold it here. And although you saw that gap there, that gap will disappear because what you're doing is it will just stay together in the foil, and that's what the foil is going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to steam them in this needle and that. So this is actually one of the type of dishes that we used at home to cook it in. You see you have the holes at the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit this over a pot that has water. In some videos online you see that they boil it, but we don't boil it. Back home we don't boil the pastas, we actually steam it. So I'll sit it in a pot like this. And what this also allows, you to do is to you don't have to use any string. So that's why I'm using the foil. And then all I'll do is I'll just stack them in here. Right, I'll just stack them in here as I make them, and then I put them on the fire. I put them in the water. Not in the water, I put a pot of water under that, put that in the water and just leave it steaming for like about 45 minutes to an hour. And by that time everything should be cooked. So remember, the flour is just flour, so that's more or less cooked. The meat is already cooked, so there's not a lot of cooking that needs to be done, but the steaming will actually bring it all together. And once we're done, then we should have then we should be able to eat the pasta. It should be really that it should be that simple, and hopefully it's as delicious as I hope it is. I think I stuck myself when I wiped my hands with a tablecloth, so I'm going to call 911 and make sure that I don't pass out before the rest of the parcels are done. Alright, thank you.